How's your day been so far? Don't answer. Let me sum up what's probably happened in reality. You watch the morning news, you listen to the talk show riding into work, and they're complaining about business, government, our personalities. Or you went to get your coffee this morning. You're standing there in line, you pass a colleague, you say, hey, how are you doing? And they're complaining about how tired they are, how busy they are. Or you checked out your favorite social media channel. And everybody on there was complaining about fill in the blank. Now, I don't know how complaining has embedded itself into our culture here in America, but we're awfully good at it. In fact, it probably wins more elections than any other tactic out there, even more than chicanery. But I know there's a good side of complaining, because sometimes you complain about things that involve some change. It spotlights an issue, helps us move forward. But we all know that the general griping, whining, and complaining generally over the most trivial of all matters really doesn't add to life. It subtracts from it. So, as a matter of fact, in this moment, I'm painfully aware of the complete irony of me complaining about people complaining. So if you're interested in stopping this madness, we have a cure. In fact, if you're ready for a change, the cure is gratitude. One simple word, gratitude. But I'll give you 12, a dozen words. It's called thanks, thankfulness, and thanksgiving. It's called appreciation, awareness, and affirmation. It's called confirmation, understanding, and respect. It's called grace, gracefulness, and of course, gratitude. Now we can't change the world, but certainly we can change ourselves a little bit, change our attitude. So you can work to scour away what isn't working in your life, which would be the unproductive complaining. For myself, I can replace that with this healthy approach, a nice dose of gratitude. You all can do that too. In fact, if you do, there's no small benefit to yourself. There is a mounting body of research being done on people who have an attitude of gratefulness. A lot of this is done at the University of Berkeley and also at University Davis. They have found through their research that those who practice gratitude, actively practice it, they have more of the following. Listen to this list, you're going to like it. Stronger immune systems and lower blood pressure. Higher levels of positive emotions, including more joy, optimism, happiness. They act with more generosity and compassion. And they feel less lonely and isolated. If you want more information on that, check out greatergood.berkeley.edu. They have a lot of research and information on their website. But I say the greatest argument is just look around you any day. When you're standing there filling up your coffee mug, who do you want to be standing next to? The guy who's grateful or the guy who's complaining about the weather? Don't be that guy. So if you want to move forward, what can we do to develop gratitude? There are a bunch of ways that we can do that. Usually it just takes a gentle reminder, a little bit of practice. A lot of these things are things that are very familiar to us. First of all, if you say, okay, I'm going to take a shot at this, go out and search the web. Probably the first thing you're going to find is a whole host of information about journaling. And a lot of this happens to be inspired by some of the research done at Berkeley, because you're doing research, you want to make sure you can track what people are doing. They're being grateful and active in it, so there's a lot on journaling. But if journaling isn't your thing, social media probably is, Facebook, so just turn one day into a day to say, I'm going to be thankful for something. Called Thankful Thursday. Every day post something you're thankful for. That's an easy one. Here's a second approach. Observe traditions with greater awareness. Of course, in America we have Thanksgiving Day. And instead of just having this be just a normal day to pack in some turkey, rush over to the football game, and tackle the Black Friday sales, take a moment to use it as a time of reflection. And of course, those who are involved in worship, those Sundays or Saturdays, or whatever days that you spend with your family or friends in that moment, these are packed with all kinds of grateful and thanksgiving attitudes. Things whether it's a hymn or a song, a prayer, a gift, particularly like the sacraments that we do, Eucharist, communion. Those things are steeped in moments of just reflection and being thankful. Perhaps we just need a little reminder. This is another thing I liked. This was a good idea. Michael Hyatt is a blog I like to read. He was talking on this topic, and he used to carry along a little stone had the word thankfulness written on it. Whenever he'd reach into his pocket, and he'd just pull out his keys, he'd feel that stone, and he'd just stop for a moment, pay attention to what he was doing or who he was with, and just be reflective and be thankful in that moment. Or here's one that I particularly like, and that is just catching myself in moments. No different than what Cheryl's doing right now is the ah counter. If you just pay attention to your ahs and your ums, you kind of stop to do them. So when you catch yourself complaining in a moment, stop and think for a moment about what you're doing and try and replace it with something. I like to replace things with inspiration quotes. One of my favorite, and this is a good question to the group, just by show of hands, how many people really love winter?
Yay!
Okay, a few people, I noticed a few people have their hands down, don't love winter. One of my favorite quotes comes from environmentalist Sigurd Olson, if I pronounced it right. He says, "One must live in the north all winter to appreciate the coming spring." Or how many people love it when they come here to work and nothing goes right? Okay, no show of hands on that one. Another quote from Michael Hyatt. He blogged on this one. He said, "Be thankful for the problems you have at work. If you didn't have any problems, your job would be easy, and you wouldn't have a job." Or another one, this is a great one, Zig Ziglar, talks about get to. Rather than saying, I have to go to work today, I have to taxi the kids around today, I have to go see the dentist, you'd replace that with I get to. I get to go to work today. I get to taxi my kids around. I get to go to the dentist. You start to realize how those things are privileges. So whatever approach you use, try and scour away some of the complaining in your life, replacing it with some of the good things, because there are a lot of good benefits that we talked about. Remember, you don't have to be thankful, you get to be thankful. Madam Dressman.
Good job. Please take one moment to fill out an evaluation for Jeff's speech. Yes, so sometimes, I really like, Jeff, how you give so many